Welcome you students. Again I come up with a question from action and reaction. Let me read out the question. Figure shows a cable O1, O2, O3, O4 attached to two fixed points O1 and O4. Two weights of 3.5 kilonewton and 2.5 kilonewton are suspended from O2 and O3 respectively as shown in figure. Determine the tension in portions O1, O2, O2, O3 and O3, O4 of the cables. So this is the given question. So this is how the arrangement of the cable system is. Okay. So first of all, try to take the given data, GD, given data. In this given data, I can say two weights are there. So I can say weight at the point O2, which is given as 3.5 kilonewton, and weight at O3, which is given as 2.5 kilonewton. Okay, and some of the angles are provided. That's all. Okay, fine. To find tension in the cable, it is represented O1, O2 cable, and tension in the O3, O3 cable, and the tension in O3, O4 cable, right? So let us get into the solution part. At first, we must draw the free body diagram of this arrangement. Just we need to find out what are the forces are going to act there. Okay. So here comes, see, there is no applied force. Weight is acting from 2 points O3 and O2, and there is no reaction force since there is no contact, there is no body having contact with the surface, so there is no reaction force. Okay, only thing is the weight and the tension force going to act here. Tension force occurs when two of the bodies or two of the points are connected by the cables or strings or a rod, right? So here there is a connection, something like that, so there will be a tensile force. Okay, so in order to solve the question, in order to identify the tension force in the cables, I am going to take the point O3 and O2. Okay, I am going to take the point O3 and O2. So here comes, if I draw the free body diagram, in the O3 I am going to have the cross line. Okay, and in the O2 is here, so there I am going to draw a cross line in order to specify all the forces. Okay, this is O2. This is how. Look at this. When you see the O3, now you just concentrate on the point O3 and try to identify what are the forces are acting. In the O3, there is a weight which is just directed downwards. So here 2.5 kilonewton weight is hanging down, and then here from O3 to O4 there is a cable connection, then definitely there will be a tension force. We know tension force will act just outward from the considered point, so it is considered O3, am I right? So from the O3 point, if you draw the cross line here, what is happening? It is in the where? Second quadrant. So this is how the direction of tension force gonna happen. So this is the T O3 to TO4, right? Tension from TO3 to O4. And then so here in the cable O3 to O2 there must be a tensile force, and here I am going to consider the point O3, right? So definitely this tension force gonna move outwards. So if you just make it into the quadrant system, it will come on the where? Fourth quadrant. Am I right? So in the fourth quadrant, I'm going to take the force, tension force from O3 to O3 to O2, which is going outward here. Okay. So now I need this angle, as well I need this angle. Try to find it. Okay. If I want to get the angle, this one, how will you find it? In our question, it is mentioned from the vertical axis or vertical component to this cable, which is given as 135. Am I right? So if I draw the cross lines, I can say this quadrant is with 90 degree. This quadrant is with 90 degree. So if you put 90 degree minus 1, if you put 135 degree minus 90 degree, from this angle I going to minus this, so that I will get the remaining portion, which is nothing but this angle. Okay, so that's I will get 45 degree. Am I right? 45 degree. So this tension from O3 to O2, which is with the horizontal axis or x-axis, 45 degree. Okay. And what about the next? What about the next angle here? That means the tension force O3 to O4. This angle. How will you find it? Just make the right angle triangle. If you draw a horizontal line, and from this, if you draw a vertical line, you can form a what? Right angle triangle. If I consider a right angle triangle, I can say this is with a 90 degree. Am I right? Now what about this angle? We know total angle of triangle. Total angle of triangle is 180. Am I right? 180 degree. So this is with 90 degree. This is with theta. So in order to find it, I can say if you put 90, sorry, total angle is 180. So 180 degree minus 90 degree minus theta, you'll get the answer for this. So that if I simplify it, I can say 180 to 180, from 180 just subtract 90, you will get 90. It will be 90 minus theta. So this is the angle 90 minus theta. Okay. So here comes 90 degree minus theta. This is the angle for this tension force. Okay. And let's go to the next point, O2. Here is O2. Okay. So I shall make it in some other place. This is a point O2. Okay. Look at this diagram and see there is a weight which is just hanging downwards. So from the point O2 there will be a force, weight force, which is 3.5 kilonewton. And there is a cable connection between O2 O1. Okay, so we know if there is a cable connection, there will be a tensile force, and it acts just outward from the considered point. So from the O, it goes outward. So for your reference, just try to draw a cross lines, so that you may get the quadrants. Okay, so it's gonna happen in the first quadrant. Am I right? First quadrant. So in the first quadrant, it's gonna have its tensile force in outward from the point O2. So this can be taken as TO2 to O1. The tensile force is moving from O2 to O1. And then when you come to the second quadrant, or here there is a cable connection from O2 to O3, right? So there must be a tensile force which will act just outwards from O2 to O3. So if you draw just cross line, it comes in the second quadrant. So somewhere here it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Here is the tensile force T O2 to O3. Okay. So actually, when you are considering it, when you are considering O3, there is a tension force from O3 to O2, and there is a tension force from O2 to O3. Am I right? So both is tension force. That means T O2 to O3 and T O3 to O2. Here it is. Both are equal. Okay, but each one is opposite in direction when considering from each single points. Okay, fine. Let us move to the next stage. So we have just drawn the free body diagram. Next, we need to solve and find the tension in the cable. So for that, we must prefer the joints. Okay. So where we have the minimum number of unknown force. So if you consider the O3, see, tension force O3, O4 is there, tension force O3, O2 is there. Okay, two tension force and one theta is unknown, right? So there is three unknown values are there. But if you consider O2, the joint O2, 1, 2 unknown is there. So when you compare with the O3, O2 has minimum number of unknown. So just go with this O2. Okay. So I'm going to consider the joint, or consider O2 first, so that it will be easy in calculation. Right. So just form a resolution diagram for this O2. Here is the joint. So for that, just draw a cross line. First quadrant, we have a force which is inclined. Okay, and here we need angle that must be calculated from this diagram. Okay, that is very easy. So this is the exact one. Am I right? Tension at O2 to O3. Sorry, O2 to O1. Right. So here it is mentioned, which is 45. So if you take the right angle triangle, this must be with 90 degree, so that this angle can be easily predicted. That means if you put 90 minus 45 degree from 180 degree, you will get the answer. 180 minus 90 minus 45, you will get the answer here, which is nothing but 45 degree. Okay, so here it is with the 45 degree. We got by subtracting from 180 minus 90 minus 45 degree. Okay, fine. And then one more angle we need, tension force from the cable O2 to O3. So here it is. Am I right? So we know this is the angle with the 45 already. When you are considering the O3, we got the value. This is with 45 degree. Am I right? So that means clear picture I can show here. So this is the point O3 and here is the point O2. So this is how the connection is. So here is the force, tension force T O3 to O2, and here is the tension force T O2 to O3. Okay, it already calculated, which is nothing but 45. So now see, this is parallel. Am I right? This is parallel with this angle. So we have a knowledge, always the parallel angles are equal. So naturally we can take this as 45, since here it is 45. Here the angle with respect to the x is 45. Here the angle with respect to the x is just nothing but 45. So directly we can take this angle as what? 45 degree. So take this as 45 degree. Now just try to identify all the components in the first components, that means first diagram. Okay, so O2. So here we have inclined force which is with 45 degree inclination and which is directed something like this. We can say here partially vertically upward and just partially horizontally right side. So this is how the force will be. So when you are designating the magnitude TO2, TO1, its cos 45 degree, since it is a horizontal, cos 45 degree. Here comes TO2, O1, sine, it's a vertical component, so sine 45 degree. Okay, and then come to the second quadrant. There is a force T, tension force from O2 to O3, right? So it is moving just like this. So we can say it is just moving upward and horizontally left side, horizontally left side. So this is how the force will be. So that I can say, while designating the horizontal force TO2, O3, cos, it's a horizontal, so cos 45 degree. Here TO2, O3, sine 45 degrees. Sine is given since it is a vertical component. Okay, and here we have the downward force which is vertical. So without confusions we can take directly 3.5 kilonewton. So now we can just apply the equilibrium conditions. We are going to form the unknown forces, right? So we can apply equilibrium condition. So while applying equilibrium condition, so we know equilibrium condition is nothing but summation of H is equal to 0, sum of vertical force is equal to 0, and the resultant force is equal to 0. Now just apply sum of horizontal force is equal to 0. What is happening? Just add all the horizontal forces. Here we have horizontal force T O2 O1 cos 45 degree. And what about the sine? When you are adding the horizontal forces, we must see whether it is going right side or left side. If it moves in the right side, then it is a positive. If it moves in the left side, it's a negative. It is moving in the right side, so it is a positive one. What about the next horizontal force? Here it is T0 T02 to 03 cos 45 degree. Okay, so what about this sine? It is just moving left side, so it carries minus sign equal to 0 at the equilibrium condition. So there is no way to simplify this equation, right? So that just we can keep it as a equation number 1. Let's move to the next step. Sum of vertical force is equal to 0. Add all the vertical forces. Here we have 3 vertical forces. Here comes, if you are dealing with the vertical force, the force which is moving towards up is a positive, and the force which is moving downwards, it's a negative. So here 2 of the force is moving upward, right? So both the forces are a positive sign. Okay, so plus O2 O1 sine 45 degree plus O2 O3 sine 45 degree. Okay, and here we have downward force which is 3.5 kilonewton, and it is moving downwards in the sense it carries minus sign, so minus 3.5 which is equal to 0. If I simplify it, it goes like this: TO2 O1 sine 45 degree plus T O2 O3 sine 45 degree is equal to 3.5. There is no way to simplify it, so I'm gonna take this as equation number 2. If you solve it, if you solve equation number 1 and 2, solving 1 and 2, if you solve it, you have option in your calculator, just you go to the mode equation, okay, and just select the unknown S2 here, because 2 of the unknowns are need to find, right? In this equation 2 unknowns are there, right? TO2 O1 and TO2 O3 is there. So 2 unknown, so select 2 unknowns and just feed all your values. You will get the answer for TO2 O1 and TO2 O3. Okay, so when you are just going into the mode, what happens is it will be asking for the answer A1. Okay, A1 in the sense nothing but this one. Okay, this is the A1 only. Cos 45 is A1, and cos here, then it asks for B1. B1 is nothing but minus cos 45. How to feed it with the sign, okay, minus cos 45 degree, and it will be asking for C1. C1 is nothing but 0. After equal, what is the amount of things things are there, you need to specify in order C1. Okay, so C1 here is 0, and then it will be asking for A2. A2 is plus sine 45, and B2 is nothing but plus sine 45, and C2 is nothing but plus 3.5. If you give H, naturally you will get the answer for TO2 O1 in terms of kilonewton, since all the weights have been given in the question in kilonewton, so you will get in kilonewton, and TO2 O3 is equal to n kilonewton. So roughly I can say TO2 O1 will be 2.4. So this will be TO2 O3 will be 2.47 kilonewton. Okay, and this TO2 O1 will be 2.47 kilonewton. Both are a same value. Okay, fine. Let's move to the next step. 2 of the answer we have taken, and next step what we can do is we can consider the joint O3. So here there is no space. I'm going to rub this diagram so that I shall show the calculation part here. Okay, look at this. I'm going to consider the joint O3. So here is the diagram for O3, the joint O3. This is for joint O2. So here comes, I'm going to draw the cross lines in order to specify the resolution of force. I am going to, in order to identify the force components. Okay, so in the first quadrant there is no force, and in the second quadrant there is a force which is inclined force. Okay, inclined, and it is moving in such manner so that I can say it is moving partially vertically up and horizontally left. So this is how the force will be. Okay, in order to designate the force TO3O4, sine, it's a vertical component, so sine angle is predicted as 90 minus theta. 90 minus theta. So here comes TO3 TO4, which is a horizontal force, so cos angle is T90 minus theta. Any other force in the second quadrant? No. That quadrant there is no force, and here we have the vertically downwards force, the weight which we can take 2.5 kilonewton. It's a vertical, so no need to worry. And what about this one? O3 O2 force, tension force, which is the inclined one, which is going in such manner so that I can say it is just moving horizontally right and vertically down. Okay, so that this is how the direction of force. Just identify the magnitude of force T O3 O2. It's a horizontal, so cos angle of the force is 45 degree, cos 45 degree. And here T O3 O2 cos, here the angle, it's a vertical component, so it's a sine 45 degree. Okay, what is the next? Apply equilibrium condition. We know equilibrium condition is nothing but sum of horizontal force is equal to 0, vertical force is equal to 0, and the resultant force is equal to 0. Okay, let us try to apply sum of horizontal force is equal to 0 first. Add all the horizontal force. See, look at this. T O3 O2 cos 45 is directed right side. So right side in the sense it's a positive sign it carries. And here comes T O3 O4 cos 90 minus theta force is there, which is directed to the left. So left side in the sense it carries a minus sign. Okay, so first T O3 O2 cos 45 degree minus T O3 O4 cos 90 degree minus theta, which is equal to 0. Okay, what is the next step? Look at this. We have cos 90 degree minus theta. So we know trigonometry formula. That means I can say sine theta is equal to cos 90 degree minus theta, and cos theta is equal to sine 90 degree minus theta. Okay, so in the lower classes and all we have learned, we have the practice of substituting those values in order to simplify it. Okay, so I going to substitute sine theta in terms of cos 90 minus theta. So what comes here? T O3 O2 cos 45 degree minus T O3 O4 sine theta is equal to 0. So here we have the value for T O3 O2. We know the tension from O2 to O3 is equal to tension from O3 to O2. Am I right? So that here we have already found the value. So just substitute this value over this equation so that it becomes 2.47 cos 45 degree minus O3 O4 sine theta is equal to 0. Okay, when you simplify this, you will get 1.75. So that if you take this terms on the other side, what comes? T O3 O4 sine theta. Okay, so this is the, I can say this is the equation number 3. Since we cannot simplify it again, I'm going to take this as equation number 3. And next I'm going to apply sum of vertical force is equal to 0. Sum of vertical force is equal to 0. If I apply it, Here we have the vertical force T O3 O4 sine 90 degree minus theta, and here we have two forces. Here this force is just directed upward, so this force T O3 O4 sine 90 minus theta will carry positive sign, and two forces which are just directed in the downwards direction 2.5 and TO3 O2 sine 45. So both of these forces will carry negative signs. Upward in the sense positive, downwards in the sense negative. So I am going to write T O3 O4 sine 90 degree minus theta, okay, and minus 2.5 minus TO3 O4 TO3 O2 sine 45 degree downward force. Add all the downward force so that you will get which is equal to 0, and we know sine 90 minus theta in the sense nothing but cos theta. So just apply TO3 O4 sine 90 minus theta, which is cos theta, minus 2.5 minus, we know TO3 O2 which carries the value 2.47, right? So just substitute here 2.47 into sine 45 degree is equal to 0. Just simplify it. Just simplify these terms so that you will get TO3 O4 cos theta is equal to 4.25. So this is the equation number 4. I am going to take this as equation number 4. So you can also rearrange this equation so that it will be easy for us to look at for reference. So we can bring in the order TO3 O4 sine theta is equal to 1.75, which is the equation number 3. So we can arrange it in the order wise. Okay, fine. So now what I'm going to do is, in order to identify TO3 O4 and theta value, here we have cos and sine. Am I right? Cos and sine. We know tan theta is equal to sine divided by cos theta. So in order to get the values of unknown, I am going to divide the equation number 3 by this 4. Okay. So just I am going to rub here. Divide equation number 3 by 4. So what happens? So equation 3 is TO3 O4 sine theta is equal to 1.75, which divided by this term. Am I right? So here comes TO3 O4 cos theta, which is equal to divided by 4.25. Okay. So here T O3 O4 get cancelled, and we know tan theta is equal to sin theta divided by cos theta. So that I am going to substitute here. It comes tan theta is equal to 1.75, 4.25. So theta can be calculated by tan inverse of 1.75 divided by 4.25. You'll get theta value as 22 point something or 22 degree. Okay. So now we got tension force from O2 O1 and tension force at O2 O3. One is remaining, that is O3 O4. Am I right? In order to identify it, just substitute on any of this equation number 3 or equation number 4. So if I substitute, I'm going to substitute in equation number 3, so that it becomes the theta value 22 degree in equation number 3. So that the equation becomes TO3, TO4 sine theta is equal to 1.75. It becomes TO3O4 sine 22 degree is equal to 1.75. So that TO3O4 will become 1.75 divided by sine 22 degree. Okay. So if you calculate it, you will get the value for O3, O4 in terms of kilonewtons. I can say roughly you will get 4.6 kilonewton. Okay. So in the, when you are considering the O2 joint, we got 2 of the tension, cable tension, and when we consider the next one O3, we got theta as well the next one TO3 and O4. Okay. So I hope you understood how to solve the problem when you are having such like stretchers. Okay. Thank you so much.